Narayanam namaskrityam Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswati vyasam Tatu jaya mudiraye Nasta prayeshu avadreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavate uttama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naishtaki Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Jaya Pataka Swamin Iti Namine Namo Asajya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayini Gaurakatha Dhamudaya Nagar Gramatarini Hari Om Tat Sat. So, in continuation of our discussion on significance of association of devotee, today we would like to continue the fourth part. Maybe it will continue for another 4-5 classes, if Krishna so permits. So we must know about, we should know rather, about the Sarva Goswamis. Who are they? Rup, Sanatan, Bhatta, Raghunath, Srijiva Das, Raghunath, Gopal, Bhatta. So these are the Sarva Goswamis. And they are not only scholars, but they are very high level devotees. And out of these 6 devotees, one among them is Rupa Goswami Pad. And Rupa Goswami Pad is famous for the book, the scripture, Nectar of Devotion. The Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So there, Rupa Goswami Pad, he mentioned about 64 limbs, parts of devotion. This is a ladder, where to start and where to finish. So out of these 64 limbs of devotion, he said that 5 limbs are chief, prominent, supreme. Out of 64, how many? 5. And what are they? Just try to keep in your memory. The number 1 is association of devotee. The number 2 is chanting of Mahamantra. Number 3 is listening to Bhagavat or Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Visiting or residing in Dham. And the 5th is deity worship. So in the next class, may I request you to bring a copy so that you can note it down and you can give better lecture. Okay, please. Next class, from next class you bring it, because I give you the gist of all the things, and it is better if you can keep a copy instead of recording, because recording is a very, very virtual thing. If you write it down, it will go to your memory and it will remain in your heart for you. That is the practice. That should be practice. Anyway, so out of these 64, 5 are prominent, 5 are important, and out of these 5, the number 1 is association of devotee. Number 1 is what?
Association of devotees.
Devotee association ki.
Jai.
So, any person, any devotee can elevate himself from the very lowest star, very lowest level to the most highest level simply by associating devotee. If you simply associate with devotee, you can elevate from a very low strata to the highest strata. Nimna Kanishta Adhikari to Uttam Adhikari. Simply you have to associate with devotee. And these 5 limbs of devotion, association of devotee, chanting of Mahamantra, and third is listening to Bhagavatam or Srimad Bhagavad Gita, visiting or residing in Dham, and fifth is deity worship. The underlying philosophy is faith and veneration. Faith and veneration. If you do not perform these 5 limbs of devotion with faith and veneration, it goes in vain. It goes to zero. You must have sufficient faith and veneration. You must have faith when you associate it with devotee. When you chant, you must have sufficient faith, that yes, this mantra will take me back to Godhead. This faith you must have. When you listen to Harikatha, you must have sufficient faith in the scripture. Shruti, Smriti, Puran, Adi, Pancharatrik, Viding, Vida, Oikantiki, Harir Bhakti, Utpatahi Kalpate is given in Bhagavatam that if you speak, if you go through Shruti, Smriti, all the scriptures, but you do not have faith, you do the I am doing devotion, it is said that without the scripture and faith, if you do devotion, it is simply a disturbance to the society. You create society, disturbance in the society. You do tilak, you keep sikha, you do all these dresses like a Vaishnavi, but you create disturbance. If you do not have sufficient faith, knowledge of scripture. So faith is very important. That is why in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 23rd chapter, 14th sloka is very, very important. Most of you know about that. Ado Shraddha, Tataha Sadhu Sangha, Athaha Bhajana Kriya. So these are some steps. Ado means in the beginning there must be faith, and then one becomes interested in associating with pure devotee. And if you do not associate with a pure devotee, with faith, you cannot practice devotion. You simply make some disturbance in the society. So it seems that devotion, practice of devotion, lovable devotional service starts from association of devotee. A question arises in your mind. Who is eligible for associating with devotee? Who is eligible? In the scripture it is said that there are 84 lakhs of living entities. Around 8.4 millions of different types of body, out of which the soul assumes a body at the time of death. Anta kali shamanava smaranam yukta kalevaram yaprayati samad bhava yatinyatra sangsaya. So, in the Padma Puran, the meaning of species understood by biologists and understood by the transcendentalists, the spiritualists, there is a gulf, there is a gap, there is a vast difference. The biologist says that we divide the living entity into different species according to their gross physical appearance. According to what? Their gross physical appearance, how they look like. And according to the gross morphological features, how many eyes they have, what is the shape of the nose like, where is the hair and all these things, morphology. Accordingly, the biologists divide the species. Yeah. But the Vedic meaning is different. Vedic meaning, which is derived after thorough and careful analysis, is based on level of consciousness of the living being. For example, the biologists, they keep all the human into one species. All human. Ladies, gents, all human. Boys, girls, children, old men, all the living human beings, they keep into one branch. They call it to be Homo sapien. One species. What is the name of the species? Homo sapien. And in ordinary language we call them human. Human. But a Veda says that no. There are about 4 lakhs of human beings. This question arises in my mind 25-30 years back when I was a beginner in this path. I asked the question to a senior devotee, how you distinguish human, all human into 4 lakhs of different species? Because I know about biology. In biology there is only one species called Homo sapien. How you divide this Homo sapien? Not to 2, not to 3, not to 4, not to 100, not to 1,000, not to 10,000, not to lakhs, but 4 lakhs. It's so easy. Why it is so? They say it just depends on the level of consciousness. How much conscious you are. There is a thorough and very careful analysis made by the Vedic scholars. It is not matter of joke. Only Vedic scholars can distinguish who should be kept in where, which level. That is like Guru Maharaj. You know whom to give what initiation, you know. If you come for initiation, say no, you are eligible for aspirant. No, you are eligible for first initiation. No, you are eligible for second initiation. It means so that sometimes it so happens in the history of Islam, there are some gurus or there are some senior devotees who, without taking second initiation, go directly to sannyas. From first initiation to sannyas in the same day. Prabhupada give them second initiation and evening they give them sannyas. There's so many examples. Think about Guru Maharaj also. 1968 he joined, in 1970 he becomes sannyas. And for us, so many exams, so many. We are not qualified. We are not qualified. So that is the level of consciousness. So out of these 84 lakhs of species, the 4 lakhs are on the top. And out of these 4 lakhs of human beings, the bhaktas are the supreme, the topmost. You see, out of only 4 lakhs of human beings, most of them are not interested in spiritual practice. Very true. In Guwahati, today is a holiday, Sunday. How many people are sitting? Hardly 40. They are representing whom? Guwahatians. And think the other people are busy in front of the idiot box. For us it is the spoiling of time. For them it is the enjoyment of their sensual gratification. Right? Get me? There is a sloka in Gita. Ya nisha sabba bhutanang taisang jagrati sangjami jaisang jagrati bhutani sa nisha paishatum me 5 minutes. I went on. So, when the material people sleep, we start samsaro dava nalalino vivavori seso alukapariso nidrasari the material people stop their windows. In midnight, who started this? For them it's midnight because they go to the bed at the late night. At 2, at 1 they go to bed, and at 4 we start anymore. And they say, shut the door, because ya nisa sabba bhutanang taishang jagrati sangjami jaishang jagrati bhutani sa nisa paishyatum ne. And when they start evoking and going here and there and doing all this nonsense, we say Radha Krishna Pranam Jugara Krishna. And those people complain. Look at this lazy people who go to sleep. We are not lazy. We get up early in 2:30. And you fool, you start your life at late night, spoiling your valuable times, and finally, Brahma Muhurta you lost. Anyway, so out of this all 4 lakhs of human beings, very few are interested in spiritual practice, spiritual knowledge, hungering after spiritual knowledge. And those even who are very interested in Vedas, in reading the scriptures, they stuck in Karma Kanda, they stuck in Upasana Kanda. What are the rituals? They are interested. What rituals should be followed? They are interested with that. Or Upasana Kanda, how to do the worship, how many times, what ingredient is necessary. So they are stuck on that. Only out of this course and course and course and course of human being, very few become devotee. And Chaitanya Charitamrita considered them to be the most luckiest people. ব্রহ্মাণ্ড ভ্রমিতে কোন ভাগ্যবান জীব গুরু কৃষ্ণ প্রসাদে পায় ভক্তিলতা বীজ। Out of many, many billions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate, bhagyavan, get an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master or pure devotee by the grace of Krishna, and by the mercy of both Krishna and the devotee, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotion. You get a seed of the creeper of the devotion. You get the seed. And when you get the seed, you are not that full. You go at home and try to put the seed in a tub in the ground and put some water over there, some manure over there, and see, you are waiting for the day when it sprout out. And someday it sprout out, you are so happy, And someday it gives you flower. Someday it gives you fruit. And you take the fruit and honor it and you enjoy. Get me? To enjoy the fruit, what you need the seed first. Bhakti Lata Bija, the seed of the creeper of devotion. The seed of the creeper of devotion is not available in anymore. The seed of the creeper of devotion is not available nowhere except in the association of devotee. Brahmanda Brahmite, you have to wonder life after life after life after life, million after million after million after million after yoga. Sometimes you become so fortunate, you get the association of the pure devotee. And in that, you get the seed of what? Seed of the creeper of devotion. And what is the seed? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Then you keep the seed into a tub, into a pot, and pot is here, the heart. Keep the seed into a pot and nourish it, give watering it, give manure it every day. So every day what we do? In the morning, after Sanchara Davanam, after Vidavali Sheso, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Where do you get the enjoyment? You get the enjoyment in the heart, not in the brain, not in the eye, not in the nose, not in the ear, but in the heart. You perceive it. You perceive it. So, after this, out of this course and course and course and course of millions and millions and millions of wandering, life after life after life after life, sometimes we become so fortunate that we get the association of devotee, and with that, with them, we can make our path to Sri Ram Guru Vrindavan, back to and Krishna put his thoughts on it. We make a path to Marg to Guru Vrindavan. So, that is why in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 22 chapter 83 verse, it is said, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mool Hoy Sadhu Sangha.
Krishna Bhakti Janma Mool Hoy Sadhu Sangha.
You are so intelligent, no? My part would use to I become a little jealous. I am not open to it. Anyway. The root cause of the devotional service to Lord is association of devotee. The root cause. What is the root of our devotion? Is the association of devotee. So, simply sitting at home or sitting in a secluded place you can get anything and everything, but you cannot get devotion. At home, however environment you have, at a secluded place, you sit inside below banyan tree, okay, and in a special posture, with dhyan, day after day, years after years, decades after decades, centuries after centuries, you may get liberation, but you will not get devotion. Devotion is very possible. Bhukti kami, siddhi kami, সবাই অশান্ত। Krishna bhakta niskam, অতএব শান্ত। Those who seek for liberation, those seek for something, to get something like siddhi kami, they get it. But they are not getting what thing? Devotion. With devotion, those who are devotees, they are very calm, they are very sober, they are very quiet. And these others, Jugi, Siddhi, Muktikami, they are very impatient, Ashanta. So that is why we see that if we need to be in peace, in happiness, in blissful mood, you must associate with devotee. Now a question may arise in your mind. If I start from Shraddha, Adu Shraddha, then with faith, if I start associating with devotee, the beginning with faith, then becoming interested in associating with pure devotee, then executing regulative principle under spiritual master, then freeing from all unwanted thing, anartha nivriti, and then becoming firmly fixed nishtha in devotional service, then developing taste and attachment, rusi and asakti, and finally intensifying our emotion, bhava, then awakening love for Godhead. Finally we get Godhead. Then after that, what we will get? Anybody can tell me? You practice all these things, starting with faith, associated with devotee. After association with devotee, what you do? You execute the four regulative principles under the guidance of spiritual master. Then you are free from all anartha, all unwanted habits, and then you become firmly fixed in devotional service. Then you develop taste and attachment, and finally you get love of Godhead. Then what you get? You will get Krishna. You may reside in Goloka Vrindavan. You may reside in Vrindavan, not this Vrindavan, not Bhu Vrindavan, original Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. But it is said by the scholars that there are also some problems. Because our constitutional position is to serve. We are to serve. We get pleasure on serving also. We do not have the power to enjoy. We get enjoyment only by serving. Bhuktaram jagyatapusyam sadvaluka maheswaram suhridam sadvabutanam gatam mang santim vrishyatik. Only enjoyer is Krishna. He is a Param Purush. You know how to enjoy. We do not know how to enjoy. If I give you something to enjoy, after some time you made some misuse of it and your whole life is spoiled. Free. Damn sure. Therefore, our constitutional position is to serve. And we get sufficient enjoyment by serving. By serving. I serve my father, I get enjoyment. I serve my boss, I get enjoyment. I serve my wife, I get enjoyment. I serve my wife, a husband, I get enjoyment. I serve my spiritual master, I get enjoyment. So when I reach even Krishna Loka, when Krishna is with me, I have sufficient love for Krishna, but I will not get enjoyment unless I engage myself in some service. So Krishna will look to me and see I am in grief. I am very sad. Krishna says, what happened to you? Krishna knows everything unto Jami. What happened to you? I don't know Krishna. Out of all these, doing all this practice so sweetly, so sincerely, I got you. But Krishna, I want something else. Then Krishna said, Lord declares very emphatically that worship his devotee is more valuable than worship of Lord himself. say, oh, that is why you are not getting satisfaction, because father like to see his son become more famous than him. Krishna saying, Father, so if you want to satisfy me, go to my son and serve for him. This is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 9th chapter, 25 verse. Then in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 19th chapter, 21 verse, it is said, Mad Bhakta Puja
Bhakta puja
Abhyadhika.
abhyadika.
Mad Bhakta means my devotion, my devotees worship Abhyadhika is supreme. Worship of devotees is considered more supreme and efficient than direct worship of Lord. That is declared by Krishna himself, not by anybody another. Then in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is another mention in the 3rd canto, 13th chapter, 4th verse. He said that worship of devotee is more potent than worship of the Lord. It is more powerful, more intense, more intensity, more strength if you worship devotee than worship Lord. And it's said by Krishna himself. So you see that our life of devotion starts with association of devotee, and finally it ends it with the association of devotee. But there is a difference. When you start the associating with devotee in the beginning, at the beginning we do not have faith. We grow faith. Somehow we develop faith. We start associating with devotee with faith and veneration. Then we proceed step by step. We do some devotional practice. Finally we get love of God. We meet Krishna and our mind is satisfied. Then with Krishna's direction we come to serve the devotee. This is like the pure devotee. Guru Maharaj. So there is a difference. He is associating with devotee and we are associating with devotee. Don't think that we are in the same level. We are in the beginning level. We are in the offensive level. And he is on the Krishna Prema level, KP level. Krishna Prema level. You get me? So try to elevate yourself from this lowest strata to the highest strata. Association of devotee with less faith and associated with devotee with Krishna Prema. So it's very interesting. What we are doing today, maybe at the end of the day also we have to do this. It is something like we start in the playgroup class and in the last also we have to join in the playgroup class. Yes, so. But once you are in the playgroup class as a very naughty boy, naughty girl, but now you are in the playgroup as a teacher with more responsibility. You are associated. Okay? So let us stop here today. So we see that how association of devotee is so significant. So in the next class again we discuss on the next part 5 of association of devotee.